Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dev Diary. Today we are continuing work on the rebirth of a project from one of my most popular videos, which thanks to last session has been remade from the ground up with more modern and improved code. And mechanics wise, we're about where we were years ago, which means we're in completely uncharted waters now. Get it? Waters, fishing. Anyway, before we get to the new stuff, remember to leave a like if you enjoyed today's video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And make sure you turn on those notifications so you don't miss future game dev content. And with that said, let's get to today's progress. Let's start with a look at the addition of 3 new weapons: the shotgun, machine gun, and RPG. They join the pistol, our original weapon from before, to round out the current list of weapons to 4. However, for the time being, there are no real differences between the weapons outside of the shotgun firing 3 shots instead of 1. And this is mostly because weapons were the last thing I added this session and kinda ran out of time. Anyway, these new weapons mean that the shooting behavior is based off reference data that is loaded at the beginning of the game. So, for example, the machine gun fires quickly but does not do much damage, and the RPG fires slowly but does major damage. The functionality to add these weapons to the player's arsenal was also added, and for the time being we're able to cycle through the player's weapons list with the scroll wheel. Now, new weapons aren't the only new addition, as tainted fish have also made their return to the project. Now, unlike their original version, tainted fish are treated like normal fish, only they drop tainted fish guts instead, which, yes, joins the original fish guts added last session as a new collectible. And with the addition of more than one collectible meant we needed a way to keep track of our inventory. So a new menu system was also added to the game. This menu is treated as its own entity and is set up to display different content based on context. For now, we only need it for our inventory, so it displays the inventory menu elements by default. And using the boat's inventory, the menu displays said contents in a simple grid. The system is very early and it's simply a way to keep track of collectibles, which currently stacks similarly to games like Minecraft. Further work has also been done to the boat behavior. The boat now has a rumble meter, preventing the player from rumbling while it's empty. But not all hope is lost for those expecting to rumble their hearts out, as the meter slowly replenishes over time. And yes, at some point we'll likely make this thing upgradable. And finally, you may have noticed we've also got some particle effects going. If you remember in the original, I wasn't sure how to properly depict water effects without dragging down performance. But thanks to the use of particles, our boat now leaves a trail in the water while it's moving, and we've also got an early splash effect used during rumbles, which appear around the rumble radius and below fish that are blown out of the water. So to quickly recap, right now we've reincorporated the original concept into our remake, added a menu, new weapons, and effects, with the goal being to improve and expand upon the original concept to eventually include upgrades and who knows what. In short, we've got a lot to look forward to. Well, maybe, if you're into these types of features, that is. Which begs the question, are you enjoying these new aspirations for the project, or do you think it worked better as a straightforward arcade experience? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. And before we wrap things up, just as a reminder, if you would like to play an ever-growing library of games that have been featured here on the channel, or want early access to Dev Diary videos, subscribe to my Patreon. With that said, brings us to the end of today's Dev Diary, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.